Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Eliza Miron. You probably know me as Daily Run with Za over on Instagram. Over there, I share tips and tricks and just funny, strange videos about running every single day. I haven't missed a day in over 19 years. So today I wanted to talk about running in dangerous places. So disclaimer to this video, I'm not telling you to run in dangerous places. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not at all just don't do it. If it's dangerous, don't run. However, I would like to share my experience. So I've been running every single day for over 19 years. So I have traveled and I've come to different areas that seem dangerous to run. And I don't want to go into where these places were because one time, and one person ruins it for everybody. One time I said where I was running and it was dangerous, and then somebody said it was offensive because they're from that country. So basically I'm just gonna kind of leave that vague because it's all kind of like our perception of what's dangerous. Like it could be dangerous right now for me to go out and run. Like, I don't know, like you just don't know what's gonna happen, like ever. So that being said, if it's dangerous, don't run. First tip is you could literally run circles around inside. And for example, my brother went to a foreign country and I guess I'm not sure of what it was like on the outside, but yeah, my dad and I forced him to do a streak. So he had to do his 1 mile, and he said he just ran loops, small little loops and circles in like this apartment they're at. So worst comes to worst, just run inside, run circles. Actually, there was an instance, okay, I'll tell you the city, Chicago, that's not dangerous, but the weather was super dangerous. And I think it was like, 8 months pregnant. And I think it was like -17, something like that. And pregnant and icy, like I didn't want to slip and fall. So we were at a hotel and I ran circles around the indoor pool. So it's definitely possible, and people are going to look at you like, what's going on? But that's the point of a streak. Like, who cares what people think? That's the point of my life. Who cares what you think? And I care what I think about myself. Okay, another video on that. Okay, so then another example, we traveled, my family and I, to this city, which I didn't think was dangerous at all. But my dad was like, I forbid you from running in this city. Go to the treadmill and run. And I forget what year this was, but that was during so after 2009, I stopped running on the treadmill. So that wasn't an option for me. And I told him, well, I'm going to do my run anyway. So he's like, okay, I'll sit on this bench and watch you. So I think it was on some sort of boardwalk. So he literally sat on the bench and watched me run up and down. Like I ran to the end that way, ran this way. He watched me run up and down. I ran 3 miles, made him sit for that long. And so that's another way you could do. You could have somebody watch you run. And another example also with my dad is we got in late to a city. The city wasn't dangerous at all, but the fact that I was running at 10:30 at night potentially could have been dangerous. Okay, let me just tell you where this was. It was the Florida Keys, and definitely not dangerous at all. But the fact that it was late, and what was dangerous was the fact that my dad drove the Jeep behind me as I ran. And if you've been there, overseas highway, driving 10 miles an hour, that's probably a lot more dangerous than me running. But anyway, he followed behind me with his headlights on and followed me. And once again, I think I ran 3 or 4 miles. So he did that for 3 or 4 miles, following me down to one of the overseas passes and then back. So, running late at night, just always be careful wherever you are. College towns, especially, like I never ran, or no, I did. There was a few night runs that I did. Probably not the smartest, but carry your phone. If you have pepper spray, I don't know what else they have these days, a whistle. I just never did any of those things. I just was like taking my chances. So now that I think about it, it's kind of really stupid. Something else that I just thought of, a dangerous place I ran. Okay, I'm going to tell you the place again. It's literally just down the road, some Indiana country road. So my mom would drop me off literally 20 miles away, and I would run home. So I didn't have a phone. I only started running with a phone in 2017. I would just have like a stopwatch thing. And yeah, the fact that she like literally dropped me off 20 miles and I would just run home. Like, I mean, you just never know, like anywhere you go, it's not just Indiana here, but anywhere you go, you don't know who's driving, who's texting and driving. Yeah, my dad actually told me back in when I first started running in 2002, I forbid you from running on those Indiana country roads. There's perverts out there. And I've logged over 10,000 miles on these country roads. And okay, maybe there was a few times, sketchy times. We can go into another video about that, but I was just a naive young girl running on these country roads. Kind of the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I could kind of see his point, but I'm here, I survived, and we're over 7,000 consecutive days in, still running every day. Okay, another example is a foreign country. It's not Europe, a different foreign country where culture is very different. And I've traveled there numerous times. Great country, love it. Like I said, literally any country could be dangerous, but this was in the middle. I guess this was my only time I could run. It was during a super busy middle of the day, kind of like a city, people everywhere, and I had to get in my run. So, and I was only American looking person in this country. And I'm just like, well, all right, here we go. Didn't record it because I didn't have a phone back then. And back then, meaning this was 2014, I just like never recorded things on my phone until just recently. So lucky you. But yeah, so I was literally the only American looking person running through crowds of people, just keep my head down. I mean, like I said, nobody was really with me. Dangerous time, but I did it. And I didn't let that stop me from getting out there. Okay, so that was like an example of having to run through the crowds. But when I was staying there more long term, what I would do is I'd wake up super early, like 3 in the morning. I would do my run. Most people are sleeping. You do kind of have to watch out for the fact, like, I mean, strange people can be anywhere at any time. But instead of like going 1.5 or 2 miles away, I found this small like loop. So literally the loop was probably 0.2 miles, and I would just run that over and over. So like and it was also by a temple. So I figured that was safe and less street dogs, because certain places you run, the dogs don't know you, you don't know the dogs. So this was kind of like less street dogs, and these dogs would kind of get used to me running. I've had a few times where they literally chased me. I had to jump over fences to protect myself. Okay, I could see how that's dangerous. So yeah, I would just run literally loops around this small little place. I think I ran, 3 miles. Just run, loop, 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 over and over and over. So it's like find a safe place, whether it's like for that one example, my dad watched me run, whether it's just like up and down or it's around in a circle. So you're not like going too far out into like too much of the unknown. Kind of scout out where you're going to run before and kind of see what it's like, and having like good places around. Like I had that temple that was right on the street that I'd run by. Obviously you don't want to be running loops around where all these bars are at 3 in the morning. There was a few other times in foreign countries where I probably didn't make the best decisions. You just never know what to expect, especially running in a foreign country when you're not used to your own loop. So just like keep alert, run with your phone, always tell somebody that you're leaving to run so they can expect you to come back, and use pepper spray. You can even have somebody track your phone when you're going out for a run. I've done that before. Like when it's super icy, I send my location to my mom, telling her I'm running. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now. If I don't text you back, I've slipped and fallen and knocked myself unconscious because it's super icy. If I don't text you back in 30 minutes, come looking for me. You can do that kind of stuff. So, I think just really scout out where you're going to run. I guess I have a lot of other, now that I think about it, situations where, you can call me stupid. Like, why did you think that was a good idea to run that place, that time, not having your phone with you? Like, wow, you're still alive. But yes, it's a thrill. But where I run now is just like a nice, quiet neighborhood. And still, you never know what's going to be lurking behind the corner. So, okay, I'm not trying to freak you out, but those are, I guess, some examples of dangerous places. And yeah, just keep alert. Let's see, what else? Like if you're going to somewhere like a vacation or a different country, you could always have someone run with you, like, you know, a partner of some sort, run with a dog, family member. Actually, one time, okay, I'll tell you the place. Central Park in New York City, I was, I think, 18 or 19, well into my run streak. And I was like, oh, I really want to run around the Central Park. And my dad's like, oh, it's too dangerous. So he actually hired, or I didn't really hire him. It was actually one of his, like a coworker. He made this coworker run with me. And that was fun. And so there's lots of ways you can get around it. Leave a comment below if you've run in a dangerous location, or if you have a question of like where you're going to run. Another example, I was in, I'll tell you the place, Mexico. Not like it's a dangerous place, but literally there was only kind of one section of this beach I could run on. Otherwise it's like a super crowded city. So just kind of find something where there's people, not just like a bunch of crowds, and you just might have to be creative and just run up and down, run loops, run inside, but there's always like an ability to get in your run. So like I said, leave me a comment if you have a question of where you're going and how you might feel it's unsafe. Always good to have the support of a partner or a family member or somebody with you, knowing that you're gonna run. Okay, one other story, in my dad's run streak. He's run every day, just a few years behind me, about 16, coming on 17 years. And they took this catamaran boat to the Galapagos. So they were on this boat for like a few days, so he had to get in his run. So what he would do is he literally would run around the top of the boat, and it was not a very big boat at all. So I think he told me it was like, I don't know, 100 and some loops around the boat. And he thought, one, it would be good to get it done early in the morning so they have the rest of the day. However, people kindly requested him later, like, can you please not run early in the morning because we're trying to sleep, because they would hear the pounding continually as they were trying to sleep. And another close call. So they're literally in the middle of this ocean, and my dad's running on top of this boat. They go over this huge wave. My dad exaggerates the story, but he said he caught on to like one of the ropes. He almost got flung over the boat from this wave because he was running. And that was potentially a dangerous situation. So just be careful out there, and comment and like this video. Follow me on Instagram for more exciting stories, and I do hope to be updating here more on this account. So let me know also in the comments like what videos you want to see.